reading.
Keep heading towards the island. I'll try to hold him off.
Keep heading towards the island? What else would he do?
Nathan?
Nate passed out. Cue flashback. We've opened windows like this. They don't slide up that easily.
Okay, nice and quiet.
He says out loud. Lucky that someone happened to tie a rope around this pipe. While we get that this is a cool segue, it also looks like Nate just allowed himself to be punched in the face.
Acabemos con esto.
What's the point of Spanish subtitles? Well, there isn't one. Damn, taking off a sin for the amazing lights and shadows. You know what? There are so many gorgeous moments in this game that I think we'll go ahead and take off 3.
But not nearly enough.
You were told not to open that.
Yes, I was also told not to take bribes, not to bring anyone here, and not to beat on my inmates. But here we are.
Generic thuggish Mexican jail warden is generic. Now our rough-around-the-edges archaeologist/grave robber hero essentially has a bullwhip tied onto his belt. Anybody care for some indie? Sam's a discount Robert Pattinson.
Just be careful, okay?
Just be careful? It's been in your waistband for the last half hour. Rafe's a discount Jake Gyllenhaal.
You figured it out.
There is a cathedral of St. Dismas in Scotland.
Does anybody else get a sort of the clues add up a bit too well Pulp Fiction detective novel vibe at times? We do. That's a real tongue twister, that is.
Come on, Reed! Reed! No! Oh no, he's still down there.
No, he's gone.
Nate and Rafe unintentionally succinctly sum up the is Han really dead debate. Longest intro ever. Is this Assassin's Creed or Uncharted?
What? Just keep going. It was interesting.
Interesting. What's my article about?
What? This one?
This is great. Taking off a sin.
Oh, wow. Okay, cowboy.
Foreplay in the Drake household involves clucking like a chicken.
Is this it?
No, it has to load.
Load.
Yes.
This is taking a really long time.
You have no patience.
When you turn something on, you expect it to... Okay, there we go.
This is great metagaming, worthy of Deadpool. Taking off a sin.
Start with the best part.
Cue nostalgia. Sam always seems to have smoked the same amount of his cigarette.
So this is how I got out of prison.
Some might say it's cheap, but we love the way it turns out that Sam is an unreliable narrator. Alcazar momentarily switches franchises and becomes Ezio Auditore. He is a really slow smoker.
Well, there's that exposed beam underneath.
You mean the exposed beam that conveniently has a rope tied around it?
Don't suppose you brought a... Yeah, that'll do. Guess it's always a good idea to bring a smoker along.
Is that an Uncharted reference? I think so. Taking off a sin for subtle nostalgia.
Now at 180,000.
Gotcha.
There is no alarm on the door.
Oh, scusi.
How'd she know to find Nate here? The wooden table shatters like glass upon impact.
Hey, got the door open. That was... very loud.
Almost as loud as you are, Sam. An explosion might not draw Shoreline's attention, but an explosion followed by a shout of, "That was very loud." Well, that certainly will. Convenient handholds are convenient. Nate switches franchises for a split second and becomes an assassin. The mercenary just stands there while his companion is strangled from behind. Whoever made this mechanical staircase is a dick, because they don't go all the way up to the top.
We're about to head into the cave.
Nate has no qualms about shouting into the walkie-talkie, even though Shoreline might be just around the corner. There's no point to a door like this if the, quote, secret handle is that easy to access.
Hold on. What? Listen.
Anything noteworthy by the dormitories?
The protagonist conveniently overhears his enemy's plans cliché.
I'm done trying to do things the clean way. If the treasure's here, we'll find it. And if not, maybe it's time to move on, huh? It's not personal.
Of course.
I'll let you know if anything turns up.
No.
Don't touch it!
All the other tests could reset themselves, but this one will only work once. Are you telling me that they made this whole series of tests to recruit one bloke? Also, let's say somebody makes it through all the tests, but picks up the cross at the final one and fails. Well, then nobody else can do the final test, and Avery spent a load of money for nothing. This bloke aims about as well as a drunk stormtrooper. Just in case you forgot, you wouldn't be able to play this game if it wasn't for Sony. You're welcome.
This thing come with airbags? Parachutes?
We interrupt Uncharted 4 to bring you Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, you don't put up a drawbridge unless you're trying to keep people out.
Or protect something inside.
Doesn't that come out to the same thing in the end? Who's nitpicking now? Not us. Well, maybe we are a bit.
Come on, come on!
You're telling me that Sully can't climb into the front seat and work the winch? Or reach over and work the winch?
Damn it.
Nate's a dick to phones. He could have just enabled airplane mode. With no roll bar and no seatbelt, Nate should be dead. I guess we already awarded him God status though, so maybe this isn't a sin. But when in doubt.
And now you have a brother. Who are you?
Elena feels that Nate is a totally different bloke because he is united with his long-lost brother.
We can swing off that branch.
You mean the branch that has a rope conveniently tied around it? Okay. Remember several hours ago when we started the game in media res? No? That's okay. It was a long time ago. Well, now you're all caught up.
Right side, can't lose anything else. Besides my life.
Except my life.
I'm talking to myself, that's the first sign of crazy.
You've been talking to yourself throughout the whole series, Nate. Even when you were a kid.
Hang on. Heads up, I have something.
Be careful, bro.
How's it? Got anything? Nothing, bro. We're clear.
Worst guard ever declares it safe without even looking out the window.
Hey! Come on, man. You already got us. Take it easy.
What is this, a game of tag? Nate obviously doesn't understand revenge.
Did hard time. Our time. And the guy who broke him out, Hector Alcazar, he owes him a lot of money.
Whoa, what the hell are you talking about, Nate? Hector Alcazar died in a shootout in Argentina like 6 months ago. I'm the one that got Samuel out.
We're just gonna go ahead and take our 4 sins. Nate passed out. Cue flashback.
I could have shot you.
Yeah, you still might, so,
She doesn't call off the cops.
Okay, just hold still.
Elena's back in the tank top, taking off a sin. Or 2. Fortunately, someone had wound rope around the branch, so Nate didn't die. Convenient torches are convenient. And yes, we really are scraping the bottom of the sin's barrel here.
Some kind of key.
To be precise, it's a skeleton key.
Well, let's go find a keyhole.
I'd like to put my key in her hole. You know, I'm sorry, I didn't think that one through. Very inappropriate. Forget I said anything, forgive me. I mean, Elena Fisher is married, for one thing, and not real. We need more genuine moments like this in video games. I think we'll take off another 5 sins.
Right, we could do that. Or we could head in that direction, which is a shortcut.
Shortcut to what?
Mushrooms!
Sorry, ma'am.
The cold-hearted mercenary apologizes calmly for betraying his boss cliché. Let's take off a few sins for this amazing finale.
So long, Nathan Drake.
Nathan!
Rafe opts for the dramatic killing instead of just running Nate through. Conveniently placed Polly was conveniently placed. So they're not going to salvage any of the treasure? It's not like the treasure's cursed, it's just sitting there at the bottom of the ocean. Oh, she looks good in denim. This is the fakest looking dog we've ever seen.
Mom? Dad? Anyone?
Also, while it's sort of cool to see that Nate and Elena have a kid, I wonder who thought it was a good idea to have the player loiter around the house with a teenage girl.
Don't be mad. Hey, I said don't be mad.
Yes, because parents are always bound to listen when their 13-year-old daughter says, "Don't be mad."
It's literally unbelievable. You stumble upon yet another archaeological gold mine, and somehow you manage to walk away with nothing.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like, comment. Follow us on Twitter, so that way we can let you know when we're coming out with a new video. Like us on Facebook and Google+. Also, if you haven't already, check out my book. It's called Great New World. It is a great book. No one may be biased, but you can get it on Amazon. There's a link in the annotation card and in the comments. Have a great day. Does anybody else get a sort of... the clues add up a bit too shit? Does anybody else get a sort of the clues add up a bit too well Pulp Fiction detective novel vibe at times? Does anybody else get a sort of the clues add up clues? Does anybody else get a sort of the clues add up a bit too well Pulp Fiction detective novel? You can't say novel. You're clicking like